spots here in, of course, Division 2, which means you get to go to Division 1. Waga, how you feeling about how these drafts played out?
I'm kind of agreeing with... I actually liked Sheep's idea there about them going into Akanka. I think that would have worked really well for them, and I agree that this draft became a bit greedy now for the side of CDUB. Draft-wise, I would give a bit of an edge to Felt here. Just, you know, based on the tempo that I think that they can play here, overall, they're heroes. We have seen what the Nature's Prophet can do, how fast that hero plays from the carry position. You also have Enigma now. That's another hero that adds even more pressure with his Eidolons. So they can really take, like, the aggression towards CDUB, where CDUB want to play a little bit slower, everyone except for the DP, I would say.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Enigma in general throughout, especially this Division 2 play, but loving to hear it, especially the team fight that Felt has across the board, right? This is one of these lineups where, you know, if you're looking to brawl, they have plenty of big abilities to bring to the table and make use of, from, of course, the Black Hole, Undying Tombstone, etc. Again, Undying, for that matter, also another hero that we really haven't seen a whole lot of, but that's not stopping Felt from picking them up as they do here. But here we go into the laning phase, and again, Dawnbreaker in the hands of Double King. What do you make of the Dawnbreaker carry pick here?
I'm always happy to see the carry Dawn. I think Double King played it before as well, and I think the hero brings something very nice in that ultimate, being able to join. It's similar to the idea of Furion. And he starts at the lane just going for the Eidolons immediately. He gets 2 of them. So that's a nice little start there for Dawn against the Enigma. I am surprised that they paired up the Undying with Enigma down here instead of sending the Clockwork. Because top lane is double melee, double strength heroes for Radiant. Usually Undying, you want to have him against those strength heroes, but perhaps priority is shutting down that Dawnbreaker. And he does help a little bit better down here than Clock would.
As that Decay level 1 also running down that courier just to the left. Wants it, and he gets it. Able to smack it down. So Sanctified's courier is lost. Gonna have to deal with that nuisance right there, and now having to deal with taking some smacks to the face as well. But yeah, let the Decay spam begin. That means Clockwork is at the top lane, supporting the Nature's Prophet up here. But yeah, once again, we get to see that core Nature's Prophet position 1. Expecting big things out of the NP.
Yeah, and there's no surprise. I mean, the lane is probably the most popular combo for Nature's Prophet is having that Clockwork. Wow, Dawn taking a lot of damage here. Went a little bit too far up on the lane. Gonna have to go back and heal. But when you only have tangles, he has to play defensive now for a little bit.
Yeah, look at the courier. Nothing, no further region really coming out. So Double King certainly having to be careful about that. Of course, does actually even get shared a tango from his teammate. So making some extra use right there. But yeah, having to play it, you know, pretty careful, right? Okay, kind of just goes in, and that wasn't careful at all. I mean, that was a pretty YOLO moment there.
He kind of just ran into a creeps with like 100 HP. I think maybe he didn't expect that Shu backed up, met his courier, got a clarity and a mango from the courier. So they knew Undying was out of mana, but he got a mango delivered from the courier there, allowing him to go in and again come in with a little decay stack there.
I mean, cup half full. You can look at it where, hey, he's back now, full life, full mana. He got that he got the stick, so there's that. But yeah, it was a little bit odd. So giving up first blood, don't know about that.
Yeah, and he certainly didn't expect to have Undying down on this lane, because otherwise he would have started stick here as well. And again, taking a bit of damage, but he did kill all 3 Eidolons, so losing all his HP in the process pretty much, but getting a bit of experience and gold.
All right, there are the lanes, including, of course, the all-important mid lane, as we see the 3-minute runes coming in, and Aframoosh is going to take that from Queen of Pain, as now she's blinking towards the bounty, but Aframoosh knows this, has a snowball even knowing. She's like, if I can't have it, then neither can you. We'll destroy it, but that's still certainly a victory for the Tusk and the Radiant Psyche, as Quap coming back to the lane with no bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. I mean, he denied 2 rune pickups, and now suddenly mid lane is going to be very offset here, where Solji doesn't have a way to regen, and that's going to make it awkward for him to just go back to mid lane. He almost goes down, actually. 15 HP blinks away.
At this point, he's just heading back home, because no point to stick around. Saw what happened to the Dawnbreaker earlier. Doesn't want to have a repeat of that. CS-wise, I mean, Queen of Pain was actually having a decent lead over the Death Prophet before that, but now they're basically even, and DP's even gonna get a time to take a slight lead herself. So yeah, absolutely big for the Death Prophet and CDUB as a result of that.
Yeah, it's all on that move by Aframush coming in. And meanwhile, though, when he moves like that, top lane, a lot of damage being put on Ela as he got left alone here, and Furion and Clockwork are not waiting. They're just going straight for some punishments. Meanwhile, the Tombstone was dropped bottom, and mid is diving a bit. They're playing on all lanes, but Sanctified is taking a lot of damage on Hoodwink right now.
The zombies in pursuit, and will finish that job. Double King. He's gonna be fine, I'm guessing, although the Eidolons are now hunting, and no Celestial Hammer for 6 more seconds. Good use of that Starbreaker, though. Farming those Eidolons and making himself in a better spot. But Shu still in pursuit, has that level 2 decay. Not enough mana for it, however. Just the brown boots, and with Aframush TP, and oh, the shard miss. And Shu's able to keep on running. Tranquil on Aframush, but...
Yeah, but now they left Ela alone top again for a longer period of time. He's going in for him. Can you get him? He gets him.
Oh. And that's big. 1 versus 2 takes out the Nash's Prophet. Is going to die for this, but you know what? Ela, fairly satisfied, I'm sure.
That little play right there might just have saved not just, you know, his own life enough to get a kill, but also save the tower.
And slows down the NP ever so slightly, and that's always an important objective to make use of course. But yeah, Aframush still down at this bottom lane, so this has kind of turned into a sort of a tri-lane for the last minute or so. 6 minutes are coming up, though. We see a lot of those rotations taking place to the mid, so I'm sure that's where Tusk will head in the next 20 seconds.
He's moving around a lot, but yeah, you don't really want to tri-lane against the Enigma. I think it's very difficult to get that much done. He can play so far back, just by denying with Eidolons and holding the lane back. But double TPing your supports down to bottom lane gives a lot of space on mid and top for Felt.
So that was a pretty big courier kill, by the way, by Doom as well. He actually takes out the courier, means the power treads, which was the boots as well as the makings of the rest of the power treads, was on that courier. So Nature's Prophet being slowed down in more than one way himself, and is going to go the hand of Midas eventually too, of course, as is Doom's plans. But Doom, he's in trouble here. Cog Trap is up. He does have the Speed Aura, and also that Scorched Earth level 3, and as soon as that comes out, he's good to go.
Honestly, Doom is so tanky with this, just the Wraith Band. Double King bottom, in trouble again. The Tombstone and the Malefice, just too much. He can't really run away.
Yeah, you were mentioning, mid lane, this is a use of the Exorcism, Mark. He is pretty deep at the tower, though, and having to respect the tower. Damage, and Queen of Pain also going to pop in the Scream. Good use of the wand, keeping himself alive, and Exorcism still has some time on it, so no heal coming out just yet, but it's going to be enough of a scare for Queen of Pain to have to fall back and go back to CSing.
Yeah, he got baited big time. Now TPing Doom down bottom lane. Just joining in here.
Well, there's the kill. On to Enigma. First one on him. And they also take out the Undying. So Ela, you know what? This Doom, I know there's questions about the pick as a whole, and he's actually doing fantastic considering the situation.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him play it before, but he's doing great. He has the Midas complete now as well, I believe. Or, yeah, seems like he is... got the full Midas, yeah. He has the gloves on the courier as well. So, 7-minute Midas when he was pretty much left to his own device a lot by the Tusk, who made rotations for the Water Rune, for the Bounty Rune, for the next rune, for the Power Rune, and TP to the safe lane. He's doing great.
Yeah, that's big. Of course, again, it's a 10th pick Doom, so that's what you'd hope for if you're CDUB. There's just understandably some questions on it, but we'll continue to keep an eye on Ela and throughout the game. Mark, picking up the Arcane Rune. Shu was nearby. Is like, I kind of want that rune too, but no way that he's going to take it over the Death Prophet. Mid lane, the Doom activated on Queen of Pain. She's just dead from this. Doom is all over the place. It's been in all 3 lanes now, making use of the Hand of Midas as well. And now he's headed back to his homelands of the top lane.
Yeah, he's just playing great game right now. Ela is really shining so far, like the standout player so far of this game. We'll have to keep an eye on how he keeps going, but for now, he is the only one with any kills on the side of Radiant. He's taken all 4 of the kills, so big investments in Doom, but that's also what you want. That is a good hero for Stonks, yeah. Getting richer, and he's gonna go for that mana boots. Probably gonna see him go for the Octarine pretty early as well, and just play a fairly greedy style, which is the offlane Doom style.
So it's not all positive for CDUB, not to bring doom to the situation. Dawnbreaker is having a bit of a struggle. And in fact, going to pause the game right here and think things over. Now, I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but Dawnbreaker's struggling. Only 2,700 net worth. You look in comparison to everyone else. It's been difficult. And this kind of goes back to what you're mentioning with the Undying being sent down here, the curiosity of it from the beginning, but it clearly has proven to be the right decision, at least in that aspect.
Yeah, I think that was, the reasoning that I could see for not going to a double strength lane is that, the value is shutting down the carry as hard as you can. I mean, if you're carry Dawn and you're laning into Enigma, who, first of all, denies a lot of creeps just with the Eidolons, and then also you gain decay spammed, it's not a great start. Like, the first 5 minutes of the game are really painful, and we saw that. He didn't really have a solution, so he kind of just ran into a creep wave at some point and got decayed Malfist and just died with very low HP. But now he's heading into jungle, trying to find some place to farm, but Shu is just chasing him. He's already on it. Put down an observer ward, he sees him, he's gonna wrap around after taking the bounty rune. This Dawnbreaker is gonna get no breathing room here.
Yeah, going to continue to make life very difficult on the Dawnbreaker. Getting her level 6, of course, important as well to make use of that Solar Guardian. In the case of if a fight breaks out elsewhere, she can assist if need be. But you do see right now, Queen of Pain is currently at the bottom lane with the Enigma. And this bottom tier 1 is going to be the first tower to fall in this game just after the 9-minute mark. So Enigma, again, a hero we haven't seen often, as it looks like we're ready to resume. But this game, Fade, looking pretty strong. He's going the, probably as you would expect, build of the Guardian Greaves in full first. And he does have Black Hole, by the way. He's level 6, he gets Black Hole, so that is a threat right now.
Yeah, you want to usually go for this, especially when you play against something like Doom or Rubik or Silencer on Enigma. You want to go for stuff that makes you as useful as possible when you don't Black Hole, so that you're not just that Black Hole and nothing else. So by going for Greaves, he's going to be valuable to his team, just running around and providing that aura, being able to heal. And yeah, going to expect to see him go for not necessarily a Blink BKB type build first, just more auras.
Between Nature's Prophet and Enigma especially, the push of this Dire team is certainly a very strong one. And you see that in the mid-tier 1 as well, taking a good chunk of damage, but rotations are in. Aframucho runs right into 2 heroes. I think he was looking at somebody in the distance right there, but he is going to snowball up and go for the quick TP play, but that battery assault's going to connect, and Aframucho is certainly dead.
Yeah, that looked like he was just about to finish the TP, but gonna get cancelled. Clockwork in time, running over, and Queen is also gonna get the top rune. Meanwhile, though, top tower was taken down by Mark and Double King, so they get to take that safe lane tower, restoring the balance in the towers taken. But right now, it's Felt that are wrapping around mid, and they have a hook shot.
Trying to line it up, and I guess if you just get close enough, you can just do this. That makes it a little easier. No hook shot needed, however. Solar Guardian response, and Doom is here as well. His ultimate's actually coming off cooldown. Not going to be needed against Clockwork, who tried to hook shot out at the last second. Unsuccessfully, though. The Eidolons beating down the tower is still, it is going to survive. All 5 heroes on CDUB side are here, and they might as well push with this.
Yeah, they're gonna go. They don't have Exorcism, but they are all together. Also, the Solar Guardian is down, but what they do have is Doom. He is ready, and it's quite intimidating. Also, they have the Catapult ready to threaten this tower, so if they can just keep it alive by tanking a bit. But Felt, they want to go and defend this.
And they do. Queen of Pain still in the back lines, has that Sonic Wave. Mark is still a little too deep. Now there's that Sonic Wave, and down goes the Death Prophet. You mentioned no Exorcism threat. Means they're not as worried, but the Black Hole coming out and will catch Tusk as well, who comes out of the snowball. They take out Dawnbreaker, and it's Felt's turn to push. This tower is definitely dead. Can he deny it? His Hoodwing's trying, but he couldn't. His auto attacks don't do enough damage.
Yeah, not sufficient damage output on those right clicks yet, but that was a great fight for Felt. They managed to come in with the Enigma, just waltzing in. You don't need Blink Dagger this early on in the game, just run at them. And he gets a great chance to land a 2-man Black Hole, and goes for it and connects nicely. And now back to farming. So they have taken a bit of a lead here already. They're 3,000 gold ahead at 12-minute mark, and they have taken down that crucial mid tower. Like, that is the hardest tower on the map to take out of all the tier 1 towers. So being the first ones to succeed also makes it that much harder for the opponents to do the same thing. Now if Radiant want to go for the tier 1 tower mid, it's so much farther away. You can't TP support your move for it.
Mentioning this Dire team has a lot of these big abilities that sure have longer cooldowns. Tombstone was not used though, and it's a level 3 Tombstone, so Undying still has that threat if a fight does break out. Tombstone could be put down, and CDUB certainly will have to respect that. So right now, Felt certainly feels like they're in a very comfortable spot. 4,000 net worth lead, and they're going to smoke the 3 of them, with Queen of Pain leading the way towards this top lane. Who's up here? That would be the Death Prophet.
They see Dawnbreaker.
As well as Dawnbreaker. They do. Oh, but Mark scouts Clockwork first. Clockwork, hookshot, not going to use it yet. He's going to be silenced up for the time being. TP's coming in. Dawnbreaker, she's chunky, but chunky enough, ain't going to live. Chen, you're on the Clockwork, hookshot to his teammate, so this time it is going to be used defensively for a getaway.
Great escape so far, and Queen blinking to safety means only Clockwork is available to even be caught, but... Oh, yeah, they do get it. So, consolation kill, but this is Exorcism. Look at this Exo. It feels awful. You're so far away from an objective right now, and the Exo only led to you getting a support and losing your carry at the end of the day. A really horrible trade for them.
Very curious how the odds are looking here, in especially game number 1 right now. Esports bet out to think for that, the watch current platform, and it might get a little bit better though for CDUB. It's not the good best right now, but they're looking at gank Fade. However, he's got the mech. He's gonna pop in the near tier 2 tower. The Solar Guardian being activated though. Dawnbreaker's flying in. Heals coming out still from Undying, but Enigma, it is just too much damage in the end. But now CDUB needs to get back. Ela is low. Mark even joins as well, and that will be a successful retreat for the time being, at least. So a pretty good kill, especially considering how deep they were there.
Yeah, all of them playing very, very far under the Dire territory, let's say. So they run back and get in position, start shoving mid lane and farm up a little bit. Meanwhile, though, Furion just doing Furion things, hitting creeps jungle, and taking a big lead here. Even against that 7-minute Midas Doom, he is 9,000 net worth versus 6.9k. So definitely looking absolutely monstrous here on the Furion.
Yeah, Furion's just ridiculous. I mean, not that that was a secret coming into this event, but it's just yet more reinforcement as to just how powerful this hero is right now. Clockwork is going to land the hook shot. Doom, second in net worth. I mean, still might be after all is said and done, but obviously keeping him in check. So a solo kill essentially. And how about that 5-kill streak stopper? So even though Clockwork may die for this, very well worth it. Oop, Tombstone going down though, and here shows up Nature's Prophet. He's like, wait, we're not done. We still want to fight this, but of course, again, the Tombstone, you do not want to fight into it, and CDUB is retreating.
I think at the end of the day, Felt want to back up here because the ultimates are coming off cooldown, and CDUB are pretty happy to take engagement, but that is a great solo kill to find. Of course, they did use their Observer Ward. It's immediately going to get dewarded by Sanctified from this, but that's a 600 gold solo kill for Clockwork. That's huge. It changes your entire game if you're a support. Getting one big kill like that on the most farmed enemy hero. He is now going to have a pretty early 4-staff on Clockwork. Not completed yet, but only 600 gold away. So that put him as the most farmed support just by getting that one kill.
You know, Waga, obviously we were watching the draft ourselves and kind of been playing out, and that first pick came out of Clockwork, and clearly a very comfortable pick for Chen, and we're seeing here why, and I figure, okay, CDUB's going to take the Nature's Prophet, right? They go the Tusk Hoodwink opening, which it has its own merit, but part of me was like, oh, they gave up Nature's Prophet, and sure enough, Felt picks up Nature's Prophet for themselves, and we're seeing what he's doing right here. Now, we're also seeing him die, as that is a great gank from the Tusk and the Dawnbreaker. Very much needed, however, Chen is trying to keep them slowed down. Fade coming in, has that black hole. Gonna throw down the Midnight Pulse for now, put him alpha stun out, Tusk. Snowball is ready to go, but yeah, they want Dawnbreaker. Oh, no, maybe not. Here shows up Death Prophet, Exorcism, and there's a turn. The black hole on 3 heroes, the Sonic Wave, and the Wombo combos here. However, Mark is still a strong hero himself. It's not strong enough to K from Shu, and does fall when it's all said and done. So it looked like a sliver of hope maybe for the Death Prophet. That combo is just so pretty, though. What
an amazing play there by Solji, and Fade connecting with their 2 ultis, just bursting down everything. And yeah, Fade, beautiful 3-man black hole without blink. Like, that feels so satisfying, because that's the type of black hole you're looking for when you did go blink dagger, right? And he did it just by walking in, being at the right place at the right time. So yeah, Furion, to touch back a little bit on this, we see him getting ganked here. A reason they might go for the Clockwork first pick is that if your opponent takes Furion, Clock is actually really good against him. You get the hook shot, it's a great way to close that distance and get on top of him. He can't just, you know, teleport out. And, well, of course he can tank battery assault a little bit with his summons. I would still say it feels awkward to pick Furin into a Clockwork.
That is fair, so perhaps a deterrent in the end and makes that draft that much dark. But yeah, look at this replay. This is here it comes. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
The black hole. And oh, so satisfying, especially as the quap there.
And Shu with
the
big move at the end, just running in with the hit and the clap on Undying and not going down. Very Chad Reed that he can go in there and help his Enigma take down the DP before she heals back up.
Flesh Golem helps with that. I mean, that is one of those abilities. You think Tombstone and even Decay spam, but yeah, Flesh Golem is certainly a very high value ability as well on Undying, and certainly having a good use there.
I think it's incredibly good against DP as well, because DP relies so much on her mobility, and Flesh Golem is actually one of the best slows in the entire game. 6-second duration, 40% slow on every auto attack. And that's already on level 1, then it goes up to higher slow, of course. Oh, Mark going up a high ground, that could be dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Hook shot, and there's that Flesh Golem coming in. Nope, but the Cogs making this a bit awkward, however, still able to get a thwack or two. Solar Guardian, though, response. Fade nearby, no black hole, though. They know this. Very long cooldown, so Clockwork going to end up dying, trying to take them elsewhere. They might take a double king, though, the Tombstone being there, and Queen of Pain will finish the job, but she blinked in aggressively. 2 seconds, she silence, here's the Doom, she ain't getting out. Fade, again, no black hole, I don't know about even being here, although so what to fight this Tombstone is getting so much value right now, though.
Oh my god, the
Look
Tombstone.
at this. Yeah, it's just been sitting up here this whole time.
No.
The snowball out. Mark's like, please get me out of here. Eli's like, what do I do? It's a zombie apocalypse. Oh, they're both gonna fall. Tusk, he ain't getting out either. And what is happening?
Is this even done at this point? They're Left 4 Dead or something? Oh my god, that Tombstone. I've never seen that high value of a Tombstone, I think. It was on so many heroes for such a long duration. Like, in a pro game, it's rare to see that many heroes commit to a fight and not have a way to bring it down. But yeah, that was really, really huge. I want to see those zombies again, man.
That really, like, yeah, obviously, yeah, Tombstone, as you mentioned, especially in a pro game, you have to focus on how many times do we say that, and these teams, they're usually so good about that, making it a high priority. But it wasn't touched that whole time, and you just see that's why you have to focus it, because it literally got 20 to 30 seconds of value right there, and what seemed to be a very successful fight for CDUB ended up being a complete wipeout in favoring Feld.
Yeah, it wasn't even just the Tombstone and its zombies, of course. There were also the Avalons, and yeah, we get to see a little bit of the replay here. So the game is pretty calm, but we have a little bit of a fight just by Chen here on his Clockwork. He's gonna get run down. Nothing too major. The focus is, you know, is elsewhere.
No, bring the zombies back!
Oh.
Oh,
well,
thanks, Chen.
They do get that. Eli gets another kill to his name. He has 8 kills in this game. Having a fantastic time on Doom with that Blink, BKB, Mana Boots, and now going back for what I mentioned earlier, the Octarine. So he is very ready to initiate as well, having the Centaur stun and the Blink with the BKB.
Okay. And they're trying to make use of it right away. I mean, you see they smoked up. They're hunting in the dire jungle, but unable to find anyone. It's almost as if Felt is very aware of what's going on. In fact, they might go for a smoke themselves. They're grouping up at their own tier 2 over here. And yeah, the 3 of them are going to
they brought it back. We're back to the zombies.
Production on point. Love it. I mean, you just see right here, it's like, okay, yeah, this is a win for CDUB. They're going to kill the Tombstone. There you go. And then it's like, wait a second, it's not dying. What's going on? Gleipnir comes out. It's like, wait, it's not dying. The zombies.
Yeah, that was the most awkward moment. Now, with a Roche attempt on the exorcism here, so CDUB are committing to Roche, but Felt are wrapping around. They went for the smoke on their own, blinking in on the Clockwork.
Well, that's a bit of a start. Tombstone's put down. Ela. Oh, Ela's trapped up, though. He did Doom. Okay, he did Doom, actually, the Enigma on the backline. Didn't realize he got it off. Mark just gets blown up, so exorcism useless there. Ela having to run, very low on life. Even Enigma comes back in for an auto attack. A triple kill for the Nature's Prophet, and let's just wipe them all out. The heal on a Fade. How did that go so well for Felt?
I think you can't initiate on Clockwork like that. Clock showed himself alone, but he has Force Staff to keep himself alive. It was a very awkward initiation for CDUB, just seeing a Clockwork and jumping him there. Maybe they felt like they have to be the aggressors. They can't react and make a counterplay into Felt. But they showed all their cards just for going on a Clockwork. They did kind of luck out and get a luck out, but you know, they connected really well with a Doom on the Enigma in the starter fight. But he just walked away and said, okay, I'm doomed, but you know, that's it. You didn't stun him, you didn't keep him close. So the entire fight was very awkward, I would say, primarily because of that focus. You can't commit that many resources to a support.
Yeah, and yeah, Enigma just the walk away strategy, put on the sunglasses, just let your team do the work, and clearly the right decision there. Yeah, the second Doom went in. I didn't even realize he got the ability off initially because he just got sprouted up right away. Maybe Kleipner read it as well, but either way, yeah, it was very difficult to watch from the perspective of CDUB because
and that changes a lot as well, because now you have the Aegis going the hands of the Nature's Prophet, so he can be more confident for these tier 2 towers that are opening up a little bit on the map. You're now starting to look at that bottom tower. You're sending a lot of treants at it, and I don't think there's any way CDUB want to fight into this Aegis, not when you have Doom on cooldown, so they're just gonna try and delay. But this is Felt just getting massive momentum. They're also not hard committing for this tower. It's just like, okay, send Queen there, have the supports there, but Furin, he's farming. Look at him.
Yeah, exactly, and that's to the perspective of Felt. They probably assume that it's not going to be heavily defended either, and they were right. It's, you know, they don't need to go all in for the tower push. As you mentioned, let Quap and maybe some treants do their work, and that they do. Clockwork has a shard, by the way, so the jetpack online and using that to get a view from above.
Between the jetpack and them having Force Staff on both Undying and Clockwork, this is a super high survivability Clockwork who can really frontline. He's not, you know, like devastatingly tanky or something, but he's so elusive. If he gets to click that jetpack button, he can just fly out from a lot of situations.
Interesting. Blink on Death Prophet. That feels like one of these, you know, obviously not typical, especially after the Guardian Greaves build initially. What's the logic here with the Blink, you think?
Blink is pretty common item on DP because you need to reposition yourself. It's good until there's like BKB on Enigma and some other things. It will be harder to play. I love the Blink on DP generally, but this build doesn't feel like a mid DP build to me. Mark is more of a, I don't know, an off-lane DP the way I see him. Greaves and Blink Dagger. Normally mid you're expecting Witchblade and maybe BKB, you know, Kaya Sanj perhaps even, like a lot of more selfish items, I suppose.
Well, Dawnbreaker has that Desolator, no BKB yet though herself, does have the Shard, however, Starbreaker was on cooldown that whole time, had just used it, so really no chance of a getaway there, and the Arcane Rune on Queen of Pain allows her to be even more active in the fight. 40 seconds, no Dawnbreaker. You know Felt's gonna go hunting for more.
Yeah, they're just quickly shoving the other lanes. They're using treants on top, Queen pushing mid, and now they're really hunting. TPing in with the Furion who has the Aegis, he can lead the way. Oh, the rocket connects. Spot sanctified.
It sure does. Yeah, Ela is just on the outskirts of it, but if they see Doom, maybe they go for that, but yeah, they're like, it's just a hoodwink, whatever. We'll take the Tusk kill, as Afrobush is doing what he can. Gonna blink out, and
well,
he might
he actually gets away.
Escape.
Yeah, the blink after a snowball, really nice, and meanwhile, they managed to get a kill together with the Hoodwink ulti and Doom with his chain stun. They actually bring down this Clockwork. So a quick burst. This worked out way better for CDUB than I expected.
Yeah, they will certainly be happy with that. It's one of those, still a lot of ground to cover, a lot more to take back.
Undying wants to fight this.
That's somewhere.
Protecting his
There's
ward.
that high ground, the tombstone. You want to kill it. It's not easy, though. We've seen that before. In fact, Nature's Prophet cuts off Doom, and Doom's like, wait a second, this isn't how this is supposed to go. Mark standing his ground, but these auto attacks of Nature's Prophet are so strong. He is going to go down an NP, but he killed the Death Prophet first, and of course, the Age is going to bring him right back up. Tusk also falls. Sprout up, hits Dawnbreaker. She's just dead, and it's suddenly just Ela
That's a
It's just
disaster of
back
a
to the
fight.
fountain.
The moment that you see the tombstone gets dropped on the high ground and they commit to fighting there but do not kill the tombstone, it's a guaranteed lost fight. There's no way that you're winning that. They tried to go on the Undying as well. Priority on bursting him after he already used tombstone and got his flesh golem out. Killing him doesn't even matter at that point. So they were kind of flailing, didn't have a good target to go on, and were fighting under a horrible position. Now, mid-racks gonna go down pretty quickly here. They are respawning fast, but not fast enough to defend this.
Yeah, you can tell they're feeling the pressure, understandably. It's a lot of net worth that's quickly continuing to add up. Doom applied to Queen of Pain.
Double
so
force.
Double force, though. Gets her away.
Yeah.
And can't follow.
One of the values, you know, playing against Tusk and Doom is just make sure that whoever gets targeted has protection, and these Force Staffs paying off right here. We see why both supports went for it.
NP just immediately teleports top, helps to bring that tower down. Of course, does have the Silver Edge. No, we've been seeing that, but to reiterate, Silver Edge in hand for Nature's Prophet. I'm kind of just going through. Enigma actually is having the BKB delivered now too, and what does that mean this game? It seems pretty good, yeah.
Full blink BKB. There are still ways they can get cancelled, like the Doom can still connect, and if he doesn't put the black hole right on top of himself, even the Tusk Punch can stop you.
Sure.
But you can shield yourself by just standing under the black hole, right? So they have some ways to deal with it. The issue for me is they just lost the team fight massively, and black hole wasn't even a factor. It wasn't even used. It's not about the black hole in this game. It's just about this massive net worth lead that they have built now and felt. Oh my god, okay, Furion is scouting for them here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bro, you're down. Did it, guys. Oh, look at they ping him. They're trying to cut back, but no, he gets the courier and he just gets on out.
He's
there,
just messing with them. He ran in.
really
He actually broke the smoke of Ela when he ran in Shadowblade there, and Ela was like, "Wait, what's happening?" But he's going in again. Furion, that's everyone, buddy.
He has teammates coming.
Yeah, they're coming now,
including Enigma and the rest of them. Clockwork showing up too. So Exorcism being committed for this. Nature's Prophet. He needs to join soon. Solar Guardian. Black Hole, that's going to be a full duration on Doom. Clockwork's getting low. He is going to die to this. Ela, he's just running in circles at this point. Not much more he can do. He is dead. No ultimate to use. Death Prophet, her ultimate's up with the Exorcism, but she's completely isolated and going to be beat down by the Nature's Prophet and the rest of them. And once again, just way too scattered of a fight for CDUB. It's Felch just has their number.
Yeah, this one is, you know, long over now. They can't really beat them in these fights. There is too much of an item advantage as well as them just having a nice composition. This is kind of what I was worried for early on in CDUB's game plan, though. Even though Ela, you saw how awesome he played early game. You saw the rotations he made and how he was getting massive on Doom at the same time. And still, the lineup felt way too greedy, way too slow into what Felt are doing.
I know there's certainly a lot more, but the Tombstone, they didn't have a Tombstone. They really don't have a good Tombstone hitting team. I mean, that is something we have to consider as well, especially when it's uphill like that, right? Like, who's supposed to focus? They don't have that Lina or, you know, that fast auto attacker to be able to take it out quickly. As Alphamush is going to go in and, you know, hope for the best right here. Queen of Pain doomed up, but again, the Forest Staffs, they're just so clutch. Double kicks, I want this kill! He really wants this kill. The Starbreaker, Tusk dies in the back line, so, and now Dawnbreaker is isolated herself once again, and I think that it was pretty obvious that was a last-ditch effort of sorts from CDUB. It ain't gonna work in game one.
Yeah,
in the books, Felt victorious.
Felt's easily and very handedly take game one here. I think you hit the nail on the head there that it's about the Tombstone, right?